I don't like who I am when I'm alone. Not because I'm a bad person, but because being alone means there's nothing to distract me from myself. No noise, no expectations, no one watching, just me. And the habits I use to escape. When I'm alone, I reach for my phone without thinking. Scroll, scroll, scroll. Not because I'm interested, but because silence feels uncomfortable. Because stillness gives my thoughts too much room. Doom scrolling becomes a way to disappear. An endless stream of other people's lives, opinions, bodies, success, anything that keeps me from sitting with my own. Time passes without me noticing. Minutes turn into hours, and when I finally stop, I feel worse than before. But instead of addressing that feeling, I avoid it again. That's where the cycle starts. Porn isn't about pleasure anymore, it's about numbness. It's about escape. It's about filling a gap I don't know how to sit with. It becomes something I turn to when I feel lonely, bored, stressed, or empty. Not because I want connection, but because it imitates it without requiring vulnerability. And afterward, there's guilt, shame, that quiet self-disgust that makes me avoid myself even more. So I isolate. I cancel plans. I stop reaching out. I convince myself I like being alone, when really I'm just hiding. Hiding from accountability, hiding from discomfort, hiding from the version of me I don't know how to fix yet. Isolation feels safer than being seen like this, because when no one's around, no one can be disappointed. No one can notice how stuck I feel. No one can see the contradiction between who I want to be and what I actually do. And the hardest part is realizing that all of this isn't about laziness or lack of discipline. It's about self-avoidance. I don't distract myself because I'm weak. I distract myself because sitting with myself feels overwhelming. Because slowing down means confronting things I've been pushing away. Loneliness, insecurity, regret, unmet needs. So I stay busy, stimulated, numb, until I don't recognize myself anymore. And that's when the thought hits, I don't like who I am when I'm alone. Not because I'm unworthy, but because I've been running from myself for too long. But here's the truth I'm starting to understand. You don't break these patterns by hating yourself harder. Shame doesn't fix addiction. Disgust doesn't create discipline. Avoidance doesn't lead to growth. Change starts when you stop treating yourself like an enemy. When you realize these habits formed for a reason. They protected you when you didn't have better tools. But they don't have to control you forever. Being alone doesn't have to mean spiraling. It doesn't have to mean numbing out. It doesn't have to mean self-destruction. It can become space, uncomfortable space, but honest space. The kind where you start rebuilding your relationship with yourself, slowly and perfectly. One small decision at a time. You don't need to fix everything tonight. You don't need to be proud of who you are yet. You just need to stop abandoning yourself when you're alone. Because the version of you that struggles in silence isn't someone to hate. There's someone who needs care. And learning to sit with yourself without escaping might be the hardest thing you ever do. But it's also how you start becoming someone you don't need to run from anymore.